Hey folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the DC Universe Classics Stargirl action figure set. This is figure number 3 from Wave 19, which contains the S.T.R.I.P.E Collect and Connect figure for the Wave. This set first came out in the fall of 2011, and I had this set on pre-order, actually the entire Wave on pre-order, through entertainmentearth.com, and I ended up paying $100 for the entire Wave. Taking a look at the figure here in the package, you can see Courtney here as Stargirl. She is wielding a cosmic rod. It's a different version than the one that comes with the modern version Starman. This one here being translucent, which is really cool. And also down below we have the arm of S.T.R.I.P.E. It looks like it's the right arm. And here we have the back of the package. And we have a biography of Stargirl there, and her statistics, and a nice picture of the prototype figure. And we have figures from Wave 19. We have Sandman, the Atom, Stargirl, Cobra, Hawkman, and Magog. And we have here the Collect and Connect figure of S.T.R.I.P.E. We'll be right back and have Stargirl here out of the package. Okay, we have Stargirl here out of the package, and I have a few things I want to say about this figure, and it's not what a lot of folks have been mentioning. But before we get into the figure, let's go ahead and take a look at the Collect and Connect piece that comes with Stargirl, and that's the right arm of S.T.R.I.P.E. and it's a pretty neat Collect and Connect piece. Let me just turn down this a little bit, and as you can see, it's got lots of detail on here and is a retool of the Stell arm. Of course, this here is the major difference on this piece of armor here on the forearm, and some other touch-ups here and there. And it's got lots of detail. You can see the detail on the inner arm here. Of course, the outer armored arm here, and then some more here on the bicep area and then the shoulder area here. Very cool, and it's got a slight blue wash on the edges and crevices of the piece. Although this particular one is a little bit more sloppy than the other pieces that I have. But it's alright. It's not as bad as I'm actually complaining about. But you can see some more details here on the hand, and it's actually hinged at the wrist, so you can actually bend the wrist inward. So that's kind of cool. They added that to the Collect and Connect piece here. This is the right arm of S.T.R.I.P.E. That comes with the Stargirl figure. Now, onto the figure here. Before we get into the figure, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessory. And that's the cosmic rod here. And this is exact same sculpt as the cosmic rod that comes with the modern Starman in, I believe it's Wave 15. And the only difference here is that this is a semi-translucent version of the cosmic rod, and it's cast in yellow here. And it's actually pretty neat. It still retains all of the sculpt details as the original cosmic rod, and it's actually pretty neat. I really like this version of the cosmic rod. And the figure can hold it okay, much better in her left hand than in her right. For some reason she has a problem gripping the cosmic rod on her right hand here. But still a pretty neat accessory. I'm glad they included it, and it's pretty cool. Now on to this figure here. Now a lot of folks have been talking about this Stargirl figure, how they really are not liking it, mainly for one reason, and that's the face. And this figure actually overall is actually pretty nice. Now, my one major problem with this figure is with the face, but not for the same reason that a lot of folks are complaining about. A lot of folks do not like the smile on this figure, and I find the smile actually pretty nice. It's a really done well. Now, the pictures I've seen early on, they were not they're not very good. I don't know what it is. I guess either they retooled the face a little bit or retweaked it, or just the picture just doesn't come out as you see it in person. And this one is actually pretty nice. And but my problem with this the figure's face here is not because of the sculpt, not because of the smile or anything like that. It's because of QC. I really didn't notice it when I first got it, and I pre-ordered this, so I really didn't get a choice as to which Stargirl figure I would get. I just got what I got. And I didn't notice it at first, but once I was looking at it more closely, but there's a lot of paint app issues with this figure, and one of those is the face. So if I can bring it in closer here and turn up the ISO here, and if you can see, she's got paint slop all over her face. She's got the paint, the blue metallic paint from her costume is under the chin, on the side of her face here, and on her nose, and that just really bums me. I just really got kind of disappointed, but everything else on this figure is actually pretty nice. It's actually very well done, and even the face sculpt is really nice. And it's a shame that the one thing that mars this figure is QC on this guy, or girl I should say, and it's just really disappointing because other than that, it's a really great figure. Taking a look at some of the details of the face, and of course the smile on the face, which is not bad in person. It's actually pretty decent. And what's really cool about this, they could have just painted the teeth white, but they didn't. They painted the teeth a pearlescent color similar to the stripe pieces that come included, and it's really neat. It's very glossy, and one thing I like about it is because to me it looks like she's wearing braces, and that's one thing I really liked about this character when I read her in the JSA run, is that it was her braces. She was always complaining about her braces, and there was an issue at I think it was the end of Jeff John's run, I can't remember, but she finally got her braces removed in that one issue. And to me it looks like she's wearing braces on here, so I think that's really kind of cool. But other than that, it's the paint slop on this figure just really ruins the face of this figure. An otherwise nice looking face. It's just really disappointing. In fact, you know what, I'm going to see if I can do something about fixing the paint apps on this. So I don't know, we'll see. Alright, much better. And I just went ahead and repainted the face, and I just used 1 part elf flesh and 1 part dwarf flesh, and just mixed those two together to get the most compatible skin tone that I could find with those mixtures. And it's still not quite matching like the rest of her skin tone, but with the separation of the blue between the 2 parts of the flesh color, it's passable. It's really not that noticeable in person. But anyways, I just had to get that off my back because it's just really bad paint application on the face. I think it looks much better now, and I think the smile just on this figure is a lot better in person than what I've seen in pictures and in videos. In the pictures, it really does look horrid, but in person it's actually much nicer. And with the additional the gloss paint that they applied on the teeth, it really makes it look like she's wearing braces, which is really cool. Looking at the rest of the figure, you could see she has blondish hair here. It's unpainted plastic though. Maybe I should have applied the wash while I was working on the figure, but anyways, it's unpainted. There you can still see the strands of hair on her head, and it's made of a softer material, not rubbery soft, but still bendable to allow you to move the head around, and it's still pretty neat. Looking at the rest of her costume here, you can see the blue metallic paint on her costume. It's really cool, and it really is sparkly, and you can see the star patterns here, which are very cleanly applied. There's no bleed on any of these star patterns along the arms or on her upper torso here, and it's actually kind of cool. And then you have her belt made of rubberized material, and it's actually glued to the bottom of the mid-torso here, so if you wanted to do the articulation you have to move it under the belt, which is interesting. You don't see that too many times on DC Universe Classics figures. And you can see some of the gloves here that she wears, and also the biker type shorts. I call them biker shorts because that's what they look like to me, which is really cool. No paint bleed at all between the blue and the white, which is really cool. There is a scratch here, or really more like a dent on the back of her leg there. I don't know what happened there. But then you have the boots for Stargirl here. I don't know if this is boots reused for the Supergirl figure or not. I could be wrong, but looks very similar. The paint application on the laces here it's just average, and then where she has it tied into the knot at the top here, it's just really just painted over. You can't even see the individual laces at the top here tied up at the very top. But you can see the individual laces as it goes down the length of the boot there. And this is painted a black gloss on there, so that's kind of cool. Very happy with this figure, or I should say happier with this figure after I got rid of the paint slop on there. It's just a really excellent figure, and this figure is on a team female buck on there, so it's not as tall as the other DC Universe Classics figure, so which is kind of cool because it does represent her as a teenager. Going over the articulation, the head does go all the way around. You have to work with the hair, but it does go all the way around, and it does go up and down a bit, side to side just a little bit. The arms do go all the way around, and they do go out and in, and they go all the way around at the bicep and bend at the elbow. And the hands rotate all the way around at the wrist. The torso does not bend down due to her midriff type costume here. It prevents it from bending down, but it does bend backward. And as I mentioned earlier, to get the figure to move at the waist, you have to really go below the belt to rotate the figure at the waist on there. It's quite resistant due to the sculpt and the belt itself. The legs do bend upwards, down and back, and also go out to the side. And this left leg was stuck when I got it out of the package. I really had to pop it loose. The thighs do go all the way around right at the end of the biker shorts there. And the knees do bend up and down. And there is rotation at the top of the boot that allows you to go all the way around. And the foot bends up and down, but does not go side to side or all the way around. overall, I am much happier with this figure, and it's a really great figure. I'm surprised what a lot of folks have been saying. I don't know if it's because they just really haven't seen the figure in person, or just really don't like the face sculpt on this figure. But I'm very happy because it does represent Stargirl to a T, with that big smile on her face, and with that addition of that gloss paint on her teeth. I'm really happy that they included that. This is my casual peek into the DC Universe Classics Stargirl action figure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.